Well, hello everyone. You're here to show you that the doorstep memories coloring right here is a color drawing that you have right here. Is you got right here is a little coloring right here of like a little say a bit little picture, say diagram of you say icon as it is that of me right here, and then along with the Missouri Tiger. But basically talking about is the fact about the doorstep memories, and talking about it's kind of like this similar to the subject matter of what you call for real magic. And with some people may say that that with real magic that more likely that you could probably think that well it's all a matter of the fact about that whenever you use that definition, real magic, that more likely, some people say that it's all in the definition for things that happen right before your eyes. It is, and then some people may use the definition by so-called saying that well, magic. So far as the definition for magic is that things that happen knowing either right before your eyes, or the definition for of that things that would happen, what you say is unexpectedly, or as you say. But so far with real magic, according to my own definition, is basically what I got described right here, is talking about with memories. And then of course it could be memories from a vacation, or from a trip, or something like that is talking about that a trip that you made with a friend of yours, or it could be family, a group, or whatever you call it, such as maybe a field trip or anything like that, is talk about for doorstep memories. And what you see right here is you have right here is the door right here, and you walk to the door, and then let's just say that there would be like a hallway about right here. There will be a hallway, and then I guess it's like it's like over there at Mizzou that they would face like different directions. It's like you get the north side of the building and the east side of the building. Right here on the right would be like a cafe or something like that, and then you got like a hallway, and then right here is you have like a little dining area, and then all like the east side of it would be like a little see here a place where they had classrooms and stuff. But most of us would probably say that they've gone into one of those colleges that they would know exactly. It's like what I'm talking about is like you got right here is what the inside of those buildings. And of course, from what I remember, of course, is each time I would walk in between the doors over there, if it was Mizzou, or if it was say any other type of community college, that more likely that really the thing that I normally remember, really the only thing I really remember, of course, was walking through the doors, and then of course that I would stumble over something, that I would miss a step or whatever it is, that no matter if I'm 5'11", or if I'm what you call 4'2", whatever it is, that more likely each time I would miss a step. Yeah, I would not fall or nothing, but then of course that I would come to that situation to where my shoe almost fell off, and half the time I'm just beginning to wonder that I'm like hey, it's like that guy right here is like the glass glass door. I remember the glass door, the trip that I made with friends and family, that the friend was hope we were walking around campus, it was. And I remember that they were holding the door open, and I remember that I was the last one to walk through the door, and while she was holding the door open. And I remember that it happened so fast that it's like that that I was trying to walk through the door, and bump my foot on the, I say, on one of the steps. It is on one of the entrance steps. It is that it's like with the way the doors are designed, that they have it to where the steps will go a certain height, and if you don't make the step correctly, then more likely that you'll almost lose your balance or whatever. But each time I would go walk along campus, it is that a lot of times it reminds me of that. And I really think that the whole purpose, I guess it is that that if you that the way the steps are designed is that really you gotta really be, I guess, watch your step on your hand too. Then I guess maybe pay attention to a little bit about where you're going and what you're doing, but on your hand too. That I really think the whole purpose about real magic is about knowing about, is that remembering exactly remembering whatever that what was going on during that time. And then of course that is this thing that sometimes it's like I don't remember all what I remember what we were there for, but then of course I don't remember all what I saw. And of course is that what I probably saw more likely whenever I walked to the door could have been somebody sitting about right here on a desk. It is somebody is sitting about right here, and then there'll be other classrooms right here, and then it's to say other, you got picture frames right here. You got that right there, and then of course with me, and then along with the say is the Missouri Tiger. A lot of people probably say if they ever seen the Missouri Tiger, and what you call, let's see here, got the other than with the markers, but with the crayons. It's like if you were to see the logo, the logo symbol for the Missouri Tiger, it's like it all you got right here. You got part of the coloring right here, drawing a marker. But then of course, if you want to try to draw it, say by crayon, it is. But other than that, you got right here is that it kind of looks like a werewolf. But anyway, but you got right here is you got the Missouri Tiger, and then of course is the color in a little bit this right here, and then of course the M for Mizzou. But other than that is that I guess the whole point is that is talking about is that the doorstep memories. It's like if it was following my taxes, or if it was getting a flu shot, whatever it is. Whatever it is that you walk into the door, and then the next thing you know it, either you about almost missed a step or whatever, you about almost fell, or it could have been the fact about maybe that maybe the door only opened halfway for you, whatever it is. Either way, it seems like whenever you walk into a building or whatever, it may remind you of something. And the way I think about it, anything that comes to my memory, I really think that what you call anything that you can do to help you remember things is what I call real magic. Then on the other hand too, is like talking about working with the white crayon right here. Is maybe one way that you can maybe make the tiger, the Missouri Tiger, look a little bit 3D. Is add some white right here, and then something to make it glow a little bit. Go ahead and add these two colors right here. You got the two colors, and then you got right here is the orange, and then along with it's like with the corn on the cob. Yeah, I didn't know that there was really it's like a gold corn on the cob. You got the gold corn on the cob right here. It's like make it look a little bit 3D. And what I used to do, and of course in our class, is make the outside a little bit darker, kind of color it in with a little bit of that this color. This just put some darker fade. See on the corners right there to make it look a little bit. Say it's like if it were. How should I describe it in a form of intro art? Is one side to be darker than the other? Just to know if it was be changing if one part of the coloring were to have a darker fade, if it depend on the position for what you call that, if it's pastel art or anything like that. But anyway, my own way of describing art. But got right here is add just a little bit of brown right here. But other than that, is like talking about with real magic, is basically is like if in my definition, to be able to draw out for what comes to your mind. And for whatever that comes to my mind, of course, is talking about is what was in the buildings, and then of course the memories from what I remember, from it's like from the walk. It's like a walk in the park, or it could have been the detour of say along campus and along the cafes and stuff. But other than that, is that I don't remember what I was wearing. Of course, I just used the colors that I have available here, but I'll go ahead and start out with the just like with the green and then along with the blue colors, and then and of course is see here, go ahead and add some some artistic talents right here. It's like for that will be me right there, and of course back in 1994, 95, it was I probably would have been only about maybe 4'8", something like that. But I remember that parents told me that yep, if you ever want to go to college one of these days, just let me know. And then of course thought about it, and then I'm like, yep, don't even know exactly did not even know what college was at the time until I got older. But then of course that I may not even know exactly what all arts there are out there, other than the fact about what I taught myself is that is to know that what can you teach yourself, basically, other than teaching yourself what you saw that so-called lesson, is knowing about is that but what art what came interesting to me of art is the fact about this is like the different colors that you can work with to make it more more realistic. And I don't know, I would probably say that maybe if I could maybe invent a card game, such as such a Malanka or something like that. That if I can maybe do some artistic talent to maybe a set of cards, is that have like maybe some images of me maybe on the card, and like do like invent a card game to where it's like that it goes like that one card that shows it's like that your emotions for it's like if you can get the color right from for whoever that guesses the right answer or whatever you call it, it's like gets a point, whatever it is. But other than that, it's like for the doorstep memories and all the Missouri Tigers and all the details, it's like for Real Magic, and Real Magic is all about telling the story. It's like so far as is the true matter of is like being able to remember things. Being able to remember is like for that certain purpose of knowing is like is the work. It's like for is to what you call is to draw out for what you can remember from your memory. But other than that, it's like for the doorstep and doorstep memories